That is
fun stuff.
I love this part. Oh, that is beautiful, Chef. Bon appetit. Hey everybody, I'm Vera Stewart and welcome to the 200th episode of the VeryVera Show. You know, it's because of folks like you that have been watching that we have made it to this milestone. And speaking of that, I want to welcome two new areas to the show. We're in Watertown, New York, and also Lake Charles, Louisiana. So welcome to you. Please tell your friends and family about it, and we're happy to have you as part of our family. So today we're partnering with Traeger to do 4 fantastic recipes. We're going to start with a whole roasted chicken that is unbelievable. Then we're going to move into a cast iron skillet filled with the best macaroni and cheese, topped with a jerky dust. Then we're going to do roasted snap peas. And then finally, I'm going to put a cake in this thing. It's going to be great. And throughout the show today, we're going to be flashbacking to different episodes over the last 6 seasons of the show. We're also going to do a unbelievable giveaway. So stay with us. Let's get started on that whole roasted chicken. All right, I'm ready to get started on this first recipe. It's actually a Traeger recipe. It is amazing, very easy to do. It makes me really excited to do this for the first time right here in my own backyard. All right, so on this recipe, we do a little bit of pre-prep. So we did a brine, and you can do this for 4 hours or you can do it overnight. So I actually did this last night. We filled the Dutch oven up with water, and then I love this rub that they have. This is really great for pork or poultry. So I just seasoned the water really well with this seasoning. So now I'm gonna lift the chicken out, and we'll pat this dry in order to put this great rub that I've made out of butter. All right, so just get it nice and dried off. You don't want to rinse it because you want all that flavor to stay there. All right, so the rub to go on it is butter, fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, and again, some more of this great rub that they have. And they have so many to choose from too. But I went with this one for this recipe, and their recipes for anything that you want to do in this grill is available on their website. So once you've really lathered this up really well, and it gets on there, doesn't it? All right, so I've got the grill already set, and the handle gets a little bit hot, so be sure you have a pot holder there to lift that up. So I've got my probe. This is one of the greatest parts of this, is that the probe feature is going to tell me exactly when this chicken has an internal temperature of 165. So let's put it in. And like I said, we're going to be making 4 different things today, all of which are done right here on this grill. So have your towel handy because you're going to have butter all over you. All right, so now I've got the probe. I'm going to put it right into this thick part right there. Shut that back. Okay, so now this is the fun part. We've got an app on the phone. So I'm going to set the app to my internal temperature, and no matter where I am, if I need to go run a quick errand or whatever, this app is going to tell me exactly where I am with this recipe. So we're going to let that cook. The flavor is going to be amazing, and when we come back, we're going to get started on the VeryVera cinnamon nut pound cake that's going to go in, and the macaroni and cheese that has a jerky dust on the top. But for right now, I want you to reminisce with me on some of my favorite parts of the very first episode of the VeryVera Show. Hey, I'm Vera Stewart, and I'd like to welcome you to the VeryVera Show. I'm still having a hard time saying that myself because I'm so excited. I will be with you every Saturday night at 6 o'clock. I'm going to be sharing those secret recipes I've been telling you for years. I'd never tell you what they were. I'm going to show you how to present things in a different fashion. I want you to bring your young person in the kitchen with you. So we're going to use some safe instruments that they can help with the recipe. And we're going to just have a lot of fun together. Welcome back, everybody, and let's check on that chicken and see how it's doing. Ooh, it's looking great. So I'm just gonna add a little base to that. Oh man, that is going to be fantastic. All right, so we have a pound cake that's getting ready to go in. This is actually the VeryVera pound cake recipe, and we're trying it out in this grill. And this is just, you've seen me make the pound cake a million times on the show, but just quickly, the secret is you want to have all of your ingredients at room temperature. You want to cream the butter and sugar for 20 minutes, and that is so important to the texture and the overall appearance of that cake, how it rises in the pan. Then you add in your eggs one at a time. You're going to then put in your flour and your sour cream in this particular recipe, alternating. And then the really neat thing about this is there's a strudel, and you're going to put some of it in with the mixer. The rest of it you're just going to fold through so you get all that yummy, crunchy goodness throughout the cake. So I cannot wait. And actually the apple smoked pellets that we're using in this grill today, I'm hoping that some of that flavor is going to show up in this cinnamon nut pound cake that will be terrific. All right, so let's talk about the macaroni and cheese. And oh my gosh, I thought my recipe for macaroni and cheese was great. This one is amazing. So there's a little bit of a process to this as well. So what we did was we got butter, sauteed some onions and garlic, and we got that going in the pan. But we also did a cheesecloth with some really great herbs in it. We had bay leaf, we had fresh rosemary, thyme, whole peppercorns, and I just wrapped that up in a little bundle, tied it with my kitchen twine, and then you want to leave a little bit of a string on there so that when you get ready to remove it, you've got something to work with. So once you have the onions and garlic that are translucent, that's when you start adding the flour. Get that really nice and blended. Just take your time with that. Move that around really well. And then you're going to start adding in heavy cream and milk. And it is just going to be this rich, really great mixture that you're going to have. At that point, you can just really seal it off. My catering roots come back when I do these sorts of recipes, because at this moment, you could have done this the day before. So I actually did this part yesterday, got it all ready. It's been in the refrigerator overnight. So now I'm gonna top it with a combination of breadcrumbs, Gruyere cheese, some smoked paprika, and butter. So let's just layer that on top. This is going to provide that nice crispness. So you're going to have a really crisp topping and a really gooey center. So I really challenge you. Again, this is a Traeger recipe. We just thought it sounded amazing. All right, so that's ready to go. But this is the kicker. This is Redneck Riviera's jerky that I've put in the food processor, and we've made a dust out of it. So this is not your average bacon, folks. This is going to give this a completely unbelievable texture on the top. So let's lift that grill again. And here again, this is logistics. This is my catering roots. We're going to have all of this in the same situation going. All right? It's not going to affect my probe at all that I've got going on my app on my phone. All right, so in Vera's Corner today, you will not believe your favorite grill recipe. It's a secret that I'm going to show you how to do today in a cast iron skillet on the grill. And then we're going to do flashbacks from this episode that I did with Tyler Florence in season 2. And then after the break, we're going to come back and do a snap pea recipe that is killer. So come back with me in just a few minutes. No, you haven't messed up. We're not on the Food Network. This is NBC 26, and I'm so happy to have Tyler Florence with me tonight, and he is preparing a very special dish.
Yeah, this is it's kind of like surf and turf. It's actually one of my favorite recipes, and I'm so happy you actually dug through all the recipes I have on Food Network and pulled this out, because actually it's a really good one, and I haven't done this in a long time, this particular recipe. So it's good to see it again.
You know, there's so many things that we cook this time of year when we're outside on the grill. And you know that dessert that you put that marshmallow on a stick to make at the end? Well, today I'm going to show you how to do this recipe actually in the grill. To start, heat your grill to 300 degrees, the lid closed for 10 to 15 minutes. Start by making smoked pecans to top the dip. Combine brown sugar, white sugar, cinnamon, salt, and cayenne pepper. In a medium bowl, whisk together an egg white, teaspoon of water until frothy. In a large bowl, combine the pecans, egg white mixture, sugar mixture, and toss to coat. Spread the pecans out on a parchment-lined sheet tray, placed directly on the grill grate. Smoke for 30 to 35 minutes, stirring often. Remove from the grill and let it cool. Break apart and roughly chop and set aside. Next, increase the grill temperature to 450 and preheat for 10 minutes. Place a cast iron skillet directly on the grill grate while the grill preheats. When the pan is hot, place the butter in the pan and melt completely. Swirl around the pan to coat. Add chocolate chips, then top with marshmallows. Cook for 7 to 10 minutes until the chocolate is melted and the marshmallows are browned. Remove from the grill. Spread a handful of candied pecans over the top and serve with graham crackers to dip. Enjoy! Welcome back, everybody. Didn't you love Vera's Corner today? I know everybody's favorite grilled dessert is Samoa's, but what an easy way to do it is with just the cast iron skillet. So I hope you'll try that recipe. So we're busy with the snap peas, so there were some things that we've gone ahead and done during the break. So I went ahead and cut the ends off of the snap peas. I tossed them in olive oil, salt, and pepper. I'm going to add just a little bit more salt and pepper here at the last minute. And I've made a little sheet pan out of aluminum foil to put those in, and just kind of made the edges, you know, kind of stiff to go there. And now I'm going to walk over to the grill, and yet another dish is going to go in. Ooh, everything is looking great. So let me baste this chicken again real quick. Oh, that just smells great. And see how the pound cake is rising over there? It looks really, really good. All right, so we're going to put the peas down here next to the chicken. And then bacon, which is part of this recipe, is going to go on the very top. And again, I use that aluminum foil as my little pan. All right. So again, my catering roots just keep coming in because this is just the process of getting everything done at once. And the fact that this grill has a convection fan feature, all that air is circulating, it just makes an even temperature across the board. Okay, so the other part of the sugar snap pea recipe is shallots. So I'm going to run in the house real quick while these are cooking and get that put together. Okay, so we're going to start with melting the butter. And once that's melted, we're going to add in the shallots. And when you're doing this recipe, if you don't happen to have shallots handy, you want to use a sweet onion like a Vidalia. You don't want to use like spring onions or green onions. They're a little bit harsh. The point here being sweet, salty, and smoky is what we're trying to accomplish with this recipe. Okay, so once these are nice and transparent, and they're getting there. I love that aroma. Okay, then we're going to turn it off the heat. And we're going to add in the two secret ingredients. Bourbon and maple syrup. And we're just going to turn the heat down low at this point. Okay, so I'm going to let that reduce down, but I'm ready to go outside and see how everything on the grill looks. Okay, we got back outside just in time to pull the sugar snap peas off the grill and the bacon. So we certainly want to use this awesome bacon drippings. So I'm going to add that to what we did in the kitchen with that bourbon and maple syrup. Oh my goodness. And now let's add in the snap peas that we did. Oh, they're just the perfect texture. Still has a little bit of crisp. And then the best part, and you're gonna think you're putting all that bacon in that little pan, but that's basically, the recipe is just about as much bacon as there is peas. So you want a nice coarse cut to this. So let's add that in. Oh, and that, you can just smell the nice smoke that's on there. This is fantastic. And honestly, I've tried it at room temperature, it's great too. So we're gonna get everything ready for the presentation, but let's look at some clips from season 3 when James Farmer was my special guest. Here, I'm so excited. James Farmer, all the way from Perry, Georgia, on his 6th book. And y'all, you would not believe how tall this guy is, because guess what? I'm standing on a box.
Well,
Can
honey,
you believe that?
I do have on my boots.
Well, you do have on your boots, but I am so thrilled to have
thank
you
you.
here.
Thank you.
And this is such a treat. Your book is fantastic. This is Dinner on the Grounds, his 6th book, and I can tell you I've got all of his books and they're wonderful.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody, and I want to start by thanking Traeger. What a fantastic episode today. I have had more fun learning all the different things. In fact, I've still got so much to learn and recipes to try, but this has been amazing. So let's walk back through what we did today. We started with the whole roasted chicken, and look at it. It is fantastic. I cannot wait to try it. It cooks up beautifully. The skin is crisp. All those seasoning went through with the brine. It's just going to be amazing. And the sugar snap peas that we did as well, I've decided to let that be the garnish on the tray. So you don't necessarily have to do a normal presentation. It could be something completely different. So it really is ready to go on your table, whether it's during the holidays or this Saturday night. All right, we also did the macaroni and cheese and the cast iron skillet. Oh my goodness, I have got to show you how this just crisp up on the outside, and look at that creaminess on the inside. This is going to be your go-to recipe for macaroni and cheese. And with all of that jerky dust on the top, is just a really different adaptation for macaroni and cheese. And as always, our recipes are on our website at VeryVera.com, so be sure to go. All right, so this was the big test to me, was the cinnamon nut pound cake, and how would it fare being cooked in a grill. After months and months of testing for my cookbook, it never occurred to me to put a pound cake in a grill. This pound cake is fabulous. It's nice and moist. There's no sad streak in it. All of the mixture is just very even. It's very moist. I love it. Just turned out beautifully. All right, so we've got a little bit to talk about in terms of a giveaway. Traeger has been extremely generous. They're so happy to be associated with the VeryVera Show, and you are going to be the lucky recipient of the celebration of our 200th episode. So this is what we need for you to do to enter for the giveaway. We want you to like us on Facebook, go to our Facebook page, go to our website, and all the directions for how to enter this contest are going to be there. This is a $1,000 valued giveaway today. They're giving a Pro Series 34. They're giving you the cover that goes with it, the pellets to use it, all the sauces and rubs that you saw from earlier today, and they're amazing. So, as I said, go to our website. All the directions for how to enter the contest will be there. And then I want to thank my team for getting us to this point. I want to thank Josh, our associate producer, Corey, his assistant, Emily, the creative director, Melissa, the business development director, and Leanne, that financially keeps all of this rocking and rolling for us. We couldn't have done it without them. And for all of you, I'll start with Bill Stewart, the general manager of WJBF. Without Bill's encouragement, this show would have never happened. So today, I want to kind of close it up with not only a celebration of our 200th episode, but also just another flashback of what it's been like over these years while we've done the VeryVera Show. So as always, we say, no matter what you do it in good taste. I hope you'll come back and join me as I begin the next 200 episodes of the show, and we'll see you again next week. So So we've got some really fun things to do. Southern Living, of course, is my go-to magazine for recipes, what's hot, what's not, you know, what you can do really great in the kitchen.
So we take 2 shrimp and we just lay them on.
Gosh.
And we get some of this gravy. And we top it off with a little salad.
Oh, that is beautiful, Chef.
Since we went with the margarita.
I love it. Jack, I think we deserve to
Yes.
relax. Oh my gosh. Isn't this a great area?
It's fantastic.
I mean, I could just come out here and just sit all day. But we
great
gotta get to
company.
work. So I want you to come back and join us next week. I'm ready to go see Santa and take a ride on a train. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks again to Cold Creek. Whatever you do, do it in good taste and come back and see us next week.
To see what's cooking with the VeryVera Show, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.